Hey, we're going to do a Netflix original in this episode. I have been watching quite a few things on Netflix over the past few months. I've gone down the rabbit hole of a heck of a lot of old stuff. Like, if you've been watching this channel or listening to this channel, you have noticed that there's a lot of old stuff that I'm putting on here at the minute. It's just because I'm so far down the rabbit hole of classic stuff at the minute. It's stupid, absolutely ridiculous. Like, the channel is dying on its backside because there's next to near nothing new going on to it, and I need to make a change with that. And we did Joker in the last episode, and this time I was flicking through Netflix this morning and got a reminder of In the Tall Grass that I've been waiting on to come out. Seemed interesting enough from the trailer, so I sat down to watch it today, and it is a Stephen King adaptation. A young, what is the synopsis it gives here on IMDb just to get us into it? After hearing a young boy's cry for help, a sister and brother venture into a vast field of tall grass in Kansas, but soon discover there may be no way out, and that something evil lurks within. You know, for a film that is essentially a group of people that have got lost in a field of tall grass, you're kind of thinking to yourself, this may not be very interesting whatsoever. And, you know, for the first 10 or 15 minutes of the film, you're kind of like, gosh, how are they going to take this any further? Like, you kind of feel within the first section of the film that, you know, is this all it's going to be? Because they're not in there that long until they realise that space is actually changing within this field. 1 second they're crying out for help, they're on their own, they've got separated, they're shouting, trying to find each other and use the sound of their voices to get back to each other. But they also realise that one time somebody will shout, it'll be coming from their left, and then the next thing they shout again and it's coming from their right. So the space is changing within this field. They keep running into other characters that have already been in this field before they get there, and things just start getting really strange, where they start coming across, the brother comes across a dead dog in the field, and a small boy that throughout the film you kind of start being wary of him, because he seems to appear to different people throughout the film, and you kind of think he's going to be the focal point of what's going on in this movie, which isn't so far from the truth, but it does start getting really strange from there on. And it is a horror movie, of course, Stephen King adaptation, you won't expect anything less. And throughout the film we begin to realise that it's not just space that's been manipulated in this field, it's actually time as well. The brother and sister duo that we see at the beginning of the film, she's pregnant at the start, and eventually her boyfriend comes looking for her. They were travelling for her to give birth, to adopt the child out to another family, and the boyfriend, who didn't want nothing to do, is that good England? I'm not sure. Who didn't want anything to do with the birth, comes looking for her, and he gets there, finds their car parked on the side of the road. There's a massive field across the road from it. There's an old church building, like a derelict kind of church in the middle of nowhere. He sees their car, parks up, starts searching for them, and he sees a book that she was reading, Jane Eyre, if memory serves. And when he gets to the side of the field, again he can hear cries of people calling for help that are lost in this field. He goes in, gets lost also, and you know, throughout the movie, I don't really want to spoil this one, doesn't really tie up the loose ends that you would want it to tie up, but I'm okay with that. The story tells a good story, an interesting story, and again a story that will keep you in the story. Like, it definitely doesn't fall for the the social media test, as I like to call it. You know, if you're watching something and you don't lift your phone to check social media, if you don't do that within a film, you're on the winner. So that's my kind of measurement for a good movie these days. If it can keep me away from checking out Facebook or Twitter, whatever it may be, very good. This film definitely did that for me. And we discover there's a huge stone in the centre of this field that has got I don't want to really destroy this movie for you, because it is very good, it's well worth watching, but this stone seems to be able to control the mind of people. It's almost as if it possesses people. And there's the child that we met earlier in the movie, his father makes an appearance in the movie, and he has been sort of possessed by this stone. But he's kind of like, you know, if you touch this thing, it's going to give you all the knowledge of the stone, including the way to get out of this field, sort of thing. So that's kind of a throwaway line at a part in the movie, but that comes into play close to the end of it, with the father of the unborn child, of the brother and sister duo we met at the beginning of the film. And yes, that plays into the closure of the movie. And yes, I don't want to spoil that ending for you. Very good, it's worth watching. I just wanted to do a quick review on this one here, because it kind of, for a film that just randomly came across on the Netflix reminder text messages, and just like, I'll give this a go, see how it is. It's actually very, very good. And if you're not doing anything for a couple of hours on a weekend, stick it on, check it out, and see if you enjoyed it as much as I did. So definitely leave a little comment below, whether it be the video or the audio podcast. Let me know what you thought of the film, and yes, I'll see you in a new episode soon.